Outlaw Outdoors has banned forward-facing sonar for the 2026 season. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. Outlaw Outdoors is going to ban or prohibit forward-facing sonar starting in their tournaments for the 2026 season. Now I want to be just very honest. I try to cover as much bass fishing as possible, and there are some really amazing tournament series that go on that I just have never heard of. This is definitely one of them. The Outlaw Outdoors series is it's a giant tournament series. And they've been putting on, these two people, Stacy and Clint, have been putting on tournaments since 2016. And they've been putting these tournaments on East Texas and Louisiana since 2016, mostly on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. Now I'll put a link in the description to Stacy and Clint Wade's Facebook page that talks about why they made this decision to prohibit or ban forward-facing sonar in their tournaments for next season. And I give these two a lot of credit because I reached out to them, sent them a bunch of questions, and they got right back to me. And they also listened to what their anglers and other people wanted for their tournaments. And the biggest thing they wanted was they want a fair and level playing field for anyone who's competing in their series. And they want to allow average anglers, amateur anglers, to join and to be able to compete at that level, win some extra money, have fun. The key is have fun, and hopefully do well. They want to give everyone the same opportunity to win. This is key. Now, there's all sorts of things going on in the industry with technology and without technology. And like I gave MPFL credit, putting your foot down, drawing a line in the sand is tough to do. And Clint and Stacy had to make this decision on their own. And they started the series and their events, and they would say it's by fishermen for fishermen. And I love that because they struggled with their decision on if they should ban it or if they shouldn't. And one of the things I really appreciated in their video, and again, I'll put a link in the description, I want to read it, they admit to putting business at times and sponsors ahead of everything in recent years. And business decisions came before fishing decisions. And they want their tournament series to be fun again. And to admit that maybe it wasn't right to start off with, or just making a change isn't the worst thing. I actually respect that they said, we made a bad mistake, but let's take a step forward, look back at our mistakes, and move forward and be better. And try to make our tournament series fun. And they mentioned in their video that they saw the grassroots anglers being lapped by the people who are using the technology. The grassroots angler would come in, this is the example they use, a grassroots angler would come in 12th place with 18 pounds. 12th place is great. First place was 36 pounds. And that grassroots angler would go home and talk, and they would say, tell their friends I came in 12th place. Well, what happened with first place? Oh, they beat me by 18 pounds. They doubled me. That doesn't make it fun for that grassroots angler or that amateur angler. You don't want to compete against somebody and just get stomped. And they mention in the video that there's too many times that we focus on the money and not having fun, not enjoying going out there and just competing. It's great to win. It's great to win the money. Don't get me wrong. But if you're not having fun and the other people aren't having fun, why would people continue to turn out and try to compete against you? And they want it to be fun. They don't want all the complaining and bickering that's been going on for the last couple of years. And they didn't like what was happening with the results. And some of the questions I asked were, have you seen participation decline over the last few years because of forward-facing sonar? And he said, yes, my numbers have declined over the last 3 or 4 years. I'm not going to blame it all on forward-facing sonar, but it's definitely a contributing factor. I also asked, how many tournaments do you do? Do you stream them? How much does it cost? And their tournaments aren't crazy. They do stream the weigh-in. They have 18 tournaments every year, and they're about $180 to $260 for a team. That's two people competing together. I also asked, did you talk to sponsors before making this decision? Because you don't want to upset sponsors that you've worked really hard to have with you, to have that loyalty. And they mentioned that they discussed a lot with sponsors prior to the decision. But I can honestly say that it had nothing to do with our decision to not allow it next year. And my last question was, do you think it'll help or hurt participation? And he said, I think it will increase our numbers for 2026. But even if it doesn't, someone needed to make this move and see. Might as well be us and let us be the guinea pig. Now, I really respect both of them for making this decision. This was very tough for them to look at financially and for their anglers. And we need to give credit where it's due, because there are too many times that we have, like I've said recently, in this industry, it's about negativity. This is something that's unbelievably positive. This is a tournament series for amateurs, for grassroots anglers that want to compete and try to see where they level up. Where are they at versus everyone else? And there's too many times where technology dominates this sport. And if you are great at it, you're going to catch a lot of fish. If you're not going to do as well. We've seen anglers that use it do great, and now we've seen for the first year that sometimes anglers that don't use it are doing well too. But they're at a different level. The pros are at a different level than the grassroots angler, the average angler, the me. And I really respect where they're going. And I hope that they see an increase in their tournaments. I hope they see that this was the correct decision, not only for the anglers, but for them. And I hope that their sponsors and other sponsors will get behind them and show the love to them, because they do deserve it. This is a tough, small industry. I know there's a lot of times people think this is a humongous industry. It really isn't. We kind of all know someone that knows someone, but we need to give credit and hope that they succeed at where they're going with this in 2026, because this is fantastic. And it really sounds like they get a lot of teams. They get a lot of people fishing this tournament series. And if you're in Texas, Louisiana, check it out. I'll put a link in the description below for their website if you want to compete and try it out. But no forward-facing sonar for the Outlaw Outdoors series in 2026. What do you think? Good decision? Bad decision? Would you like to compete in this series if it was closer to you? Comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all the new subscribers and everyone who's interactive on the channel. Let me make sure I say it again. Clint and Stacy, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for getting back to me. I really do appreciate it. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. Just click that button. It's quick, easy, and it's free. All you gotta do is hit that button and you're part of the team and family. And I really do appreciate it. Remember, take your kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.